So that just goes right to there.
Happy to see you too, buddy. I missed you.
See, something's going down here. Something going weird here. So what we do is we go here, and then we go here, and then we go
California
here.
fascists.
Oops, sorry, then we go here.
We
And
sniffing.
then we go here.
Sniffins?
And we go there. Hey, look, we're live. All right, so as far as we know, we're live. So if I was to go like this, and then go like this, and then go like say this, and then say.
It didn't give me an option to fire stuff up.
Wait, back.
What's up, kid?
We're just trying to find some stuff here.
Can you hear me? Hello?
It's the vegetable soup show. That's not the thing.
Hello?
See what's going down.
Hey, what's up, Booty?
There we go. Maybe there. See, it says we're live. Oh, Snapple. We are live. There. Don't look at that, though. Maybe there. See, it says we're live. Oh, Snapple.
Oh, nice. I just got the veggies. Yeah. Do you want to swing by, do a little podcast? Alright.
We're already casting the pods.
If you do come, could you bring me a Euromite or a Yak check? Oh, yes. You're such a good boy, no. Huh? Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I slept in because it was like 100% rain, and I left at like 9. Where I went up to 9:45.
Looks like his mic's working pretty good.
Yeah. I don't know. He stole my rain jacket.
What I need to.
Yeah, that's why I didn't go. I realized, like, oh shit, I don't have a rain jacket anymore. Oh, I got some water.
Go lay down. Hey,
I'll see you when you get here.
go lay down. Quit fucking begging.
No, he's telling the dog to lay down, not me. Alright, sweetheart. I'll see you in a little bit. Alright, bye.
Well, we've been going since you got here, so hi, how you doing?
Good, man.
I heard there was a incident and accident and hints and allegations and things were thieved away and recovered.
I did a full-on bust all by myself. Are we on?
We've been on since you walked in the door.
Oh.
Yeah, everyone got to hear you talking to your girl.
Yeah.
Hey, baby, bring me some shiza if you come.
Bring me some energy.
If you do come, bring some stuff with the thing.
Yeah, I've been going non-stop. Oh, I should ask her to bring some dog treats. Yeah, I got robbed, man.
That's what I heard.
3 times
3 times?
in a week, separate cases. Yeah.
Davis.
Yeah.
People getting desperate and crazy out there.
Dude, yeah. Family robbed me, and then I had to go get some paperwork for that. And my storage unit got broken into and robbed, and then someone stole my identity. Opened credit cards, got a tax return, and they're like giving me all this information that I had to bring in to prove my identity at the IRS place. And I'm like, all right, I need to bring all this in. He's like, yeah, I go, everything. And he was like, yeah. I was like, well, what the hell did the guy need to prove that he was me?
Right?
You know, 'cause
Nothing, apparently.
He didn't have to have much. And then I said, why don't you have the guy on if you had, he said, well, I did it from a computer in your neighborhood, like where you live, and I was where I used to live. And I was like, all right, so you got him on. You get the IP address, man, then you got him.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we can't do that. I'm like, just if this is so illegal to do, then why isn't it possible?
I don't know. I have no clue why they won't do it.
If there are no criminals,
because you know they can.
If there are no criminals, there's no business for government.
That's true.
You know, they need
because the government are the criminals.
Yeah, they're mercenary employees.
I said go lay down. I'm tired of you fucking begging.
Oh, he just knows everything the good stuff for him.
Yeah, well, he also knows that begging is not fucking allowed.
You're not allowed to beg?
No, but he goes ahead and breaks the
rules,
rules,
man.
I mean, it's like I used to be able to teach dogs not to beg, and one time I had a bunch of dogs at my mom's house for a while, and I taught, they didn't beg, didn't do nothing. Next thing, I come in from work one day, and she's got the dirty plate in the kitchen, dogs licking the plate. I'm like, oh, great.
And there it goes.
Fucking thanks for helping me train the dogs, Mom.
Yeah. It's like raising your kid and then send them to a liberal school. And they turn retarded.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see that one chick
But
ask...
now he begs in the house and everything's fucking shitty. I hate it!
I can't believe I forgot his name. He's a famous black politician, but she goes, do you identify as black? Did you see that video? It just came
Yeah.
in May?
Yeah. Then she proceeded to ask about a half hour of a question and a question and a question and a question. Instead of just one fucking question, it was 15 questions strung together in a run-on sentence because I have to be heard. Please, I'm not done asking my question. Like, Jesus. And we know you've already hit the wall. You're done. No one wants you. That's why you're so angry.
That's a fact. Mm-hmm. Guy didn't get the pinball machine.
Nope, didn't want it. Well, it's not that he didn't want it. He said his wife said no. So
why did his wife say no?
I don't know. Maybe he's got 50 of them in the garage that are under reconstruction that he hasn't touched in years.
Or maybe it reminds her of that one movie with...
I didn't ask. I just said, do you want it? And he said, I can't. And I said, okay, thank you. So I guess it'll stay for now until I can find someone who wants to take it until I get completely fucking tired of it and just put it out on the street.
You want me to sell it for you?
If you can sell it.
I can sell it for you.
Because I can't even give that fucking thing away.
I'll sell the hell out of that thing.
So yeah, we got what, 2 weeks till the votes don't count again? What do they call?
What they say, Joe?
So we're voting for the lesser of two evil every time since before I was born. Voting for the lesser of two evil. That's still voting for evil. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah.
So we do it every time, and we're in 2 weeks. We're about to do it again. We're about to vote for the lesser evil again in 2 weeks. What's the definition of insanity? What's going to happen in 2 weeks? Well, actually, the transition is in January, right? We vote now. In January, they hand off the fucking book. So basically, in January, the only thing that really changes is the face at some of the podiums and the hands that are taking the money from us.
100%. But what they do is they shift the power so only half they can blame and everything on each other.
Well, yeah, because like in the 40s, like before Kennedy got assassinated, when they said this is a bipartisan bill, there were up to 20 of the opposite side of the aisle on board with that bill, because back then they were still these politicians were still working for the people, or at least they were under the impression that that's what they were doing by doing these things. Because back then bills did have dog ears for money for specific causes and other shit that was maybe nefarious, but it wasn't like 50 of them or 60 of them, and it wasn't a 300-page bill, and it wasn't, we have to pass it to find out what's in it kind of shit.
They've interviewed older politicians from back in the day, and they said, it didn't matter if you're Democrat or Republican. It only mattered who had the best idea for the people. And then back then, if it was the Dems, the Republicans supported them. If it was Republicans, the Dems supported them.
Yeah, at least a portion.
And that's how you have a successful country.
And now a bipartisan bill has one guy from the other side of the aisle who was approached by the exact same lobbyists that approached the other people. And he's like, yeah, I can get on board with that for $100 million in my pocket, thanks.
Well, what we have now is whatever China wants us to be and do is...
it ain't China, man. It's people way above China, boss.
Well, I mean...
Just because China is the model that we're shaping ourselves to be now, doesn't mean that they're the ones calling the shots.
So the aliens are now using China to represent the world. They're using China to take freedom out of the world. You see the
Are they?
The protests,
Are they?
You see the protests in UK right now?
You see the protests in China right now? You see
I'm surprised anybody's seeing protests.
You see
in
how
China.
many people are going to fucking die next year in China just because their water supply is almost fucking depleted to the point where they can't support. What are there, like 1.3 billion over there now?
Well, what they're doing is they're taking the water supply away from us. They're storing it because they know they're going to do some crazy shit.
But still.
I mean,
The crazy shit is storing the water.
Yeah.
The purposeful mismanagement of resources on this planet is
That's the key
why
word.
so many people fucking die every year over the average old age and sickness and car accident and shit like that. People that die of starvation and malnutrition, lack of water, lack of fucking shelter. These people...
Lack of Wi-Fi.
It's not... No, just those... small things. Those people lack those things because there are people on this planet that run this planet that think they know better for everybody because they're aliens, because they're lizard people, because they're just fucking jackasses.
Straight facts.
They're jackasses. And they've stated, because the WEF has a playbook, they have a plan, you can look at it online, you can read it, and you can go, holy shit, that sounds like horror. And it's just each step they just go next step, next step, next step, and the next step they've spoken aloud at one of their meetings. Oh, about 500 million people going to die in 2023. You know how they know? Because that's probably how many people are going to die in China. Regardless of how many die around the world because of the collapse of the infrastructure of the planet itself for delivery system of goods and services to people.
Well, that's why China wants to stop our breeding, America's breeding, because they want to transfer their people over from China to America.
They can just walk over here. They don't need to stop our breeding. We've already stopped our own breeding. We're killing fucking millions of people every year by cutting them out of the womb while they're not even ready to, be born, can't exist on their own.
Look at, we run a literal sex industry country.
Oh yeah, we do.
Everything is push sex, and I tell my friends like,
yeah, it's either death or sex.
I tell my friends, I go, hey, all that porn that you watch, that's not for you. And they're like, what do you mean? I go, that's for the younger generation. They've desensitized children so much to porn that when these 6-year-olds grow up, they're going to, oh, I watched porn when I was 6 years old. There's nothing wrong with that. And that's how nothing is for us. Nothing,
no, because we're too old.
We're too old.
We're too old.
We're already going to die.
We've gotten our programming. We've ran the polls that they want us to.
Yep.
The next program is a little bit sharper, a little bit steeper, a little bit hungrier for the next generation, then the next generation, then the next generation, and that's why they're going after the children in school right now.
Yeah, the Coke babies were the 70s and 80s, and then they raised that generation.
Kill our brains, so we stop thinking. We just want
households.
We just want the fix. We want the excitement. That's why some of us who had bad addictions are like, oh, I got a TikTok. I fucking got off of Facebook. I got off of Instagram. I got off of Twitter. I mean, I still have the accounts because I made the accounts back when I was asked to for the show. But as I get kicked off of each one, I don't go to a new platform. I am going to eventually get kicked off of TikTok because I say fuck Joe Biden every day, at least twice a day.
Oh, I tag him.
And so I'm just like...
That's why I didn't lose...
I have so many community violations. They're like, you got to be careful. I'm like, fuck TikTok.
I lost my Instagram because someone kept telling me to kill myself. And I try to report them like 10 times. I have the screenshots. I try to report them. They would not do, like, I would go to the report page and then the screen would turn white. And I'm like, all right, they're not letting me continue that. And then I would go try to write them a message and the screen would go right. And then I got sick of the person tagging me in the same comment over and over, go kill myself, telling me how to kill myself, etc. And then I said, hey man, I'm just going to tell you right now, you're not allowed to tell people to kill themselves. That's illegal. And within seconds, my account was deleted for violating Instagram terms. Like they were warning me.
Because you said, kill yourself.
Instead of threatening, I said, you can't tell me to kill myself.
And as soon as you said kill myself.
As soon as I said that, they got me off.
Yep.
So whoever it was a bot account that worked for Instagram to get rid of me because everything I was saying on my account was factual.
Yeah.
They couldn't say anything. And I would tag.
They silenced the truth, man.
Biden, I would tag them all, and there was nothing they could get me on because everything was truth. And the problem with them is I screenshot every single comment and every interaction. So if they ever want to take me to court, not that they would,
right?
But it's just the whole point is like if I ever have an argument or later down the road, it's like, like, there's gonna be a lawsuit. Was your free speech ever questioned or taken away at this time? Then you can have a lawsuit with join our class action.
Oh,
lawsuit
yeah,
against
yeah,
Instagram,
yeah,
And that's what it's
exactly.
gonna come down to.
I doubt it because like you said, the programming of the next generation, they're all this.
Oh,
and
yeah.
so whatever truth we tell, because we've kind of gotten out of or haven't been programmed to the new way, so we're like, oh shit, that's hey, you know what, that's bad, and they're like, oh, you can't say that.
Yeah.
So everyone's looking at all these naked girls and all this bullshit, but then they might see that, and then they go and they look for the video. Video's been taken down. Oh, I wonder why. That's because the truth is being suppressed by the people who don't want you to know the truth.
My favorite was being told I was doing digital blackface because my Snapchat account, because I have God kids and stuff, my Snapchat account had my cat's black. I have a black cat. I have a black cat, a black guy in a black cat costume, because my cat's black.
Okay.
And I was told that I was doing digital blackface, and I was just like, what the fuck? I go, stop right now. The person was 12 years old, and I was like, and now I know them, they're friends of the family, but I was like, stop that right now. I go, your programming has gone overboard. I go, cease and desist. And then I had to explain it to him, and it was so funny because I explained it to him on TV, and I had told him another story, her and her brother, and there was Spring Break Live on TV.
Yeah.
And I told them the story, and I told the story, and I used the N-word in the story, but it was from a rapper that I knew, and they just, like, their minds imploded.
Oh, I'm sure.
And they said, you can't say that. And I go, what? I said, I'm telling you a story, what they said. And they said, you can't use that word. I go, yeah, I can. I go, because I know the difference. And they said, you know the whole thing about the difference.
Oh, yeah.
N-word. And I said, like, those guys on TVs, those guys are N-words. And they're like, Tony, and literally, it was like the universe spoke to them. As soon as I said that, the guy goes, hey, yo, I'm your nigga. You need crack, you need weed, you need hoes, you need coke, you need heroin. I'm your nigga. I'm that nigga on the street. And they look at me because it was live on YouTube, and they're like, and I go, you see, that's the type of black person that the educated black person can't fucking stand. I go, this guy's literally so ignorant and his privilege is so far gone that he can say whatever he wants on television and nothing will happen to him. He can sex slave traffic, he can sell drugs, destroy a community, and he's praised for it because it's part of his culture. And that's the culture. The black people are saying that's not our culture, but the privileged kids are saying, oh, that's their culture. They're allowed to say that.
Oh, the gang members make it their culture.
Yeah.
The bad people make it their culture.
My favorite is watching
on purpose, I think.
Snoop Dogg Crip Walk on television. It's just like, you guys are complaining about, you're screaming Black Lives Matters, yet you got, no matter how much people love Snoop Dogg, and I worked for him once, no matter how much you scream BLM and then you go out there and you twerk or you listen to one of Snoop's songs and you say, I love Snoop Dogg, but yet he's out there doing a Crip Walk on television, national television, at the Super Bowl, on Martha Stewart Live, on the Olympics, when he was doing the interviews with Kevin Hart, he's doing all that. More black people have died by the Crips and more black men have died from the Crips and the Bloods in the last 2 years in the entire history of the KKK.
I don't doubt it. I mean, I'm sure more black people have killed more black people in Chicago last weekend than the KKK.
Yeah. 106 more children died in 2021 in one neighborhood of Chicago, all black children murdered by black people, than the entire country children of the same age group died from COVID.
But COVID's not deadly, man, unless you got pre-existing conditions. It's just the flu.
Yeah.
And I've never gotten a flu shot, and I've never gotten the flu. I ain't saying I've never got sick. I've had a cold, and I've gotten food poisoning.
And mysteriously, no one's died from the flu or the cold in the last 2
No,
years.
as a matter of fact, for a while there, even a car accident was a COVID death. So, you got to just be kind of...
Speaking of Chicago, 19 people shot and killed in one night in Chicago, and Mayor Lightfoot, Beetlejuice's cousin, she fucking said, oh, that was related to COVID. That was COVID-related deaths.
Because they were scared, so they shot each other. But it wasn't the COVID vaccine they shot each other with. It was the lead.
Yeah, the lead poison.
Lead poisoning. It's all right. We're ready for it, man. Yeah, it's a sad fact. It's like cultural appropriation is a hilarious one. The generation right below us got that nonsense hammered into their brain. This wonderful black woman with straight blonde hair saying that a white girl can't have cornrows, and I'm just like,
I love that.
What?
Wasn't that invented by the Greeks? The cornrows?
I honestly,
the dreads?
Not only do I not know, but I absolutely give zero shits. Cultural appropriation is just another way to divide the people. because if we existed in harmony with each other, we may not spread like
Wasn't
everyone wearing togas all over the planet simply because, you know, where it's cold, a toga don't really work. Short haircuts, shaved bald, completely shaved bodies. You know, the Egyptians used to shave themselves completely and put on wigs and eyebrows and stuff like that. So when the girls over here do it, the white girls, is that cultural appropriation, or did you not know that that actually was something? And now you're gonna say, "Oh my God, they're yeah, you fucking idiots."
Does that mean that basketball players are culturally appropriating all black ones because a white guy invented it?
Maybe, I don't know, because
Who invented the toilet?
I'm not gonna.
Was it a white guy?
I'm.
Who invented the toilet?
I'm pretty sure.
Isn't that cultural appropriation?
I don't know. Did he steal the idea from the guy who dug the first outhouse?
No.
And who was that?
He built a throne to shit on.
Who was the guy who dug the first outhouse? Because everyone else after that was culturally appropriating something he decided to do.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, it's kind of embarrassing to take a shit just standing here with my pants still half up. I should probably make a box around a hole in the dirt.
You know, to be the.
Hey, that's a good idea. I'm going to do that. You can't do that. That's cultural appropriation.
You know, honestly, I prefer shitting outside than I do inside.
I'd shit in my pants if I have to. I don't give a fuck.
Oh man.
I'm sick of the world sometimes and the shit we allow. Like some nutbag named Joe Biden thought it would be great to have this transsexual girl come to the White House for a meeting.
Oh.
And I don't even know. It looked more like a dude, and I'm pretty sure it still has a dick, so I'm gonna call it him all goddamn day.
All goddamn day.
Dulvaney, Mulvaney, or some shit like that. Anyway, yeah, that was the stupidest fucking thing. But all that does is just continue the onslaught of ignorance that's going through this planet.
Did that?
Yes, because they're going after the children.
The children.
They're
That's
going
all it
after
is.
the children.
It's not for
And
us.
you know what? I
It's
don't
for
have to
the
give a
kids.
fuck because I don't have kids. But you that do, hey, apparently you don't give a fuck either. I don't know what we're waiting for. I don't know what we're waiting for. All my life I've heard, we need to stand up to tyranny. You know what we've been doing all my life? Laying down and bending over and taking it up the ass from tyranny. So, well, I got your six, bro, when it goes down. Yeah, bullshit. You're going to be in your house just like I'm going to be in my house.
Yeah.
I'm going to die on my front porch. And they're going to say I was either a terrorist, a militia agent, or just some fucking whacked out drug addict. And they're going to write a manifesto. And you idiots are going to fucking believe it because they're going to put it all over the media. Oh, he killed 2 cops. He was a militia. Oh, yeah, he was. Going to interview my neighbor and be like, man, I knew he was an asshole because that neighbor over there is an asshole. So, you know. That's how it is, though.
They tried to arrest my grandfather for opposing the Vietnam War, and they called him a commie.
You know what's funny now? Is they are commies. Oh, man! Not the guys opposing the Vietnam War, but the people that arrested your grandpa.
Yeah.
They were the commies.
And their great-grandkids are the commies now, screaming cultural appropriation and all that shit.
Yeah, they're the ones saying that, you know, if a doctor gives you accurate and complete information on COVID in California, we're going to call that misinformation and take away their license to practice.
Is that what this is right now?
Well, this right here, yeah, this is exactly it. It happened, I believe it happened on the 2nd of October. And then by the 4th of October, a couple doctors had enough balls to be like, we're going to sue you for that kind of bullshit. But I don't know what came of it because, see, when I'm surfing around online for the news, if they say, turn off your ad blocker, I say, fuck you, I don't need to look at your article. That's why I'm so ignorant about everything.
California's out of their mind.
Bro, it just makes me want to say, Putin, push the button.
What they're doing is they're driving people out of California so they can sell it to China.
It's already sold to China. You know how much land China owns in the United States?
It's fucking insane.
They hold almost as much as Bill Gates right now.
Before
I think
Bill
more
Gates-
because they run cattle ranches and shit here.
In 2016, they bought, because I was a farmer, it was in 2014, they bought 48 or 49% of the most fertile farmlands in America and completely shut them down. That's a chess move.
Yeah, that's
You have
what
a billion
that's
people
what Bill
to feed.
Gates is doing.
Yeah, you have a billion people to feed, and you shut down the world.
He went to India and fucking shut down their farms.
Oh, don't forget how the kids he poisoned. It was a 5
In
million,
Africa, yeah.
and just 2 to 8 years old, 5 million kids.
Yeah, I'm a eugenist, so that makes me a doctor, huh? Dr. Gates? Just because you're a fucking
Honorary
eugenist.
doctor.
Yeah. I'm a eugenist. Go ahead, take this shot, sir. Yeah, fucking murderer. I said it. Bill Gates is a murdering piece of shit.
You think his dad?
Huh? His dad?
Do you think he's dead?
Do I think he's dead? No, I think he's alive. As long as they can use him to their benefit, he's going to be alive, just like Fauci.
You ever see that thing with 2013 and the Bill and Melinda Gates death certificates?
Every time they say people are dead, I just refer back to the fall Paul. Paul McCartney died in 1964, right? In a car wreck? Yeah, bullshit. That's just a distraction. Mm-hmm. That is something that they can go, see, he's a conspiracy nut. Whether it's true or not. Anyone who says, hey, Paul died in fucking 64 in a car wreck, then they go, oh, he's a conspiracy nut. Never listen to another thing he says. But then people start listening to him. And then he says something like, those are paid fucking actors. Oh, now I got to pay $1 billion to these people? Oh, that sets precedence. That means shut the fuck up or pay out the ass. Yeah, I'm talking about Alex Jones. Yeah. And I'll tell you what, the crisis actors, I don't know, but it was a red flag event. It was a false flag event. And all false flag events have to have real victims. Otherwise, you can't pull those heartstrings. Yep. You can't direct the fucking flow of emotion. You can't make people mad at the air.
The kids may have died.
I'm sure they did.
But
these people have no problem murdering children. I believe every second of the day that they kill children just to drive our emotions.
The people that were interviewed were definitely actors. I've seen them in other crisis situations.
Yeah, we've seen the ads on Craigslist for crisis actors. We've seen the papers that say these are FBI plants. We've seen all of this stuff. I'm not saying Sandy Hook didn't happen, but I'm saying it was a staged event. Mm-hmm. Whether or not the parents were crisis actors, it was a staged event to drive us one little step closer to complete gun control.
Oh, that's all it is.
You fucking kidding yourself? We're one of the last countries that actually has armed populace. Was it like maybe 10 out there? Mm-hmm. But if we fall, and then I think it's the Swiss, one of those Nordic countries, they you have to have a gun.
Switzerland or Sweden, yeah.
Yeah, one of them. So,
you have to have a gun.
Once we go, they go.
Yeah.
And then it's just they win. How about the CBDC? Once that cryptocurrency becomes the only way you can make a financial transaction.
Oh gosh.
Once they control the money, because they already control most of the food, they control half the water. They control all of the fucking industry of commerce. I still don't know what we're waiting for. Oh, we're gonna stand up to tyranny. Bullshit. Bullshit.
Everybody's too sick and too overfed and
everybody's too fucking complacent and too comfortable.
Yeah.
When we get uncomfortable, the first thing we're going to do is start killing ourselves just like they want. We're not going to ever go after there's probably 300,000 people that own and run this planet. If we could burn them all in a fire at once, maybe it'd change things, maybe it wouldn't. You get 5 or 6 at a time. They've got a replacement ready right now. Training right now.
They're still employees of the aliens. 100%.
Yeah, well, yeah. I don't care.
That's why I had that interview.
I'm starting to really not fucking care.
Yeah, I'd say about the interview I had with MUFON.
MUFON? No.
Yeah, the UFO board.
No, yeah.
Like one of the largest.
But you go chasing shit all the time, though. You do cool shit.
Well, the guy, they said it would take like a while to get to me because they have so many cases.
Right.
And I sent him one video of mine, and then I gave multiple experiences, but I focused on the one where I actually interacted. And they emailed me back the same night and said, "We'll call you tomorrow." And I was like, "Holy shit! I got fast track." And then the guy apologized and said, "Hey, let's not Saturday, let's do Sunday." So he called me Sunday. He said it'll be a 30-minute call, 45 minutes tops for all the questions. Over 2 hours later, we're still on the phone. And the guys we were having a great time talking. And he was actually an intelligence officer. And he said, hey, do you have any questions for me? And I said, yeah.
I got hundreds.
I only had one question. I said, the thing I told you about how only NASA knows, how only NASA doctors know about this one thing that happens to you if you've been off planet. Did you know that, being an intelligence officer? And he goes, honestly? He goes, that's the first time I've ever heard it. I've never heard that from anybody else, and I've been doing this for about 30 years. And he goes, you're the first case I've ever heard of. And then I said, okay, cool. I said, so if anybody else calls you and says they've had a UFO experience, if it's been less than a month, send them directly to a doctor and have them test that. And he goes, I will inform everybody. He goes that they should do that. He goes, well, you know how they were so displeasant with you about not saying, oh, his blood was perfect. I said, yeah, but just ask why it's perfect, Because it took my doctor a minute saying, hey, there's no way it's perfect. He has cancer,
Yeah. Well, we're just cattle.
He said everything that I described. He goes, I have one of the highest cases of all factors checked. And I was like, cool. I said, I'll do a lie detector test tomorrow. He goes, oh no, I believe you, man. I was like, no, I want to do a lie detector test. I want that as my proof. Besides my medical proof, I want that back and up.
Yeah. Well, alien overlords, fuck you too.
To the bad ones. The good ones are just, man.
Well, right now, there are no good ones if they're not helping us. That's the good cop is the one that stood there while the other three beat you. Okay? So there are no good cops.
It's not a good cop, it's a weak cop.
Oh, no, that's the good cop.
That cop's just
Just
there
like
for a paycheck.
Just like good politicians. You know how you know that a politician was good these days? One term.
Or he's dead.
One term. That's how you know a politician was good. One term.
Mm-hmm. Not long to last.
It's like all these FBI whistleblowers. Really? This isn't another staged event? You shut the fuck up. Put your head down. So the FBI whistleblowers, that's kind of fun stuff too. It's like all of a sudden, really? Just now? I guess maybe I'm reading it wrong. Maybe it's a good time to do it because the focus is on them.
Mm-hmm.
Still doesn't change the fact that they're going after the children. How about that dude? I don't know. I think it was international TV, but went ahead and it was supposed to be a trans person. Went ahead and pulled off their jumpsuit and was naked on live TV, dicks out, playing the piano. Didn't see that? Damn, I don't know if I can Google that shit up. Let's see what happens here.
And it was perfectly okay.
Apparently, it's perfectly okay for them. And yes, I said that, you know what? I don't give a fuck about your pronoun. Tell me your pronoun again so I can get it wrong on purpose and watch your fucking head explode. Going after the kids. What sick people are you? Let's see. Where are we? We gotta get over here to the right thing because we're doing stuff wrong. Do.
Yeah, when I speaking of people, speaking of cops, my girlfriend has a different opinion on cops now. After she got attacked by that dude at the bar.
Was it this one?
Hvis du sidder herhen og smider tøjet, så vil jeg selv lige fortælle jer en ting.
But see,
Her kommer der en
that's
mand,
someone
der
going
er
after the
malet
kids.
over
This is
hele
another one where they got naked
Hans
right
navn er
there.
Ragno. Og igennem nogle...
That's gotta be Sweden or something.
Yeah, looks like it. Let's see.
No, then after I got robbed, so many cops were so nice to me, and then they were so nice to her. And after the guy attacked the cops, and the cops like, hey man, you don't want to get any more trouble, just be cool. And he was kicking the cops in the nuts, and the cops were being cool. They blew her mind. That Transgender singer strips naked live on Channel 4 and plays the computer with his penis. Not her penis, it's his penis.
Yeah.
I'm so sick of the vernacular, bro. Just because it's not. It's for women. You know, I mean, this
What?
I'm saying it's not a man. I mean, it's not a woman.
No, it's a
If you have a
dude.
penis, you're not a woman.
It's a dude.
They're stripping women of everything that they fought for.
It's a dude. See, and this is this horrible shit bag. Oh my god, get naked. Fuck these people, man. Yeah, I'm allowed to do this. See, if
But
you
Janet Jackson can't show nipples.
if you or I did this, we would be in jail.
Oh God, yeah.
Simply because we're cis straight white males with a podcast. Ha ha! Yeah, it's fucking disgusting what's going on these days. The only good thing is we're actually watching the downfall of civilization 24/7, constantly updated on social media. It's fantastic. I like it. Let's have it. Let's do it. What's the worst you can give to us? Alien overlords, if you exist, you fucking loser pricks hiding in the clouds, hiding underground. Where are you, lizard people?
Would you hide too if you saw shit going on down here?
If I'm an overlord, no, I rule it and I fucking make my presence known so they know who the fuck to bow down to.
You saw some intelligent ape shit going down.
Thanks, boss.
Pretty good.
I love mango.
I'm gonna try some dark chocolate.
Not right now.
Can you try these?
Huh? No, I'm good. This will do. Thank you very much.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, they aren't overlords if they're cowards hiding from us, telling 5 or 6 people what to tell the rest of us what to do.
They're not overlords.
That sounds like a coward to
They're
me.
scientists.
No, it still sounds like a fucking coward if you gotta hide.
They're directors / scientists. The whole world
They're cowards.
is just a giant episode of Survivor.
Uh-huh.
You know, they're getting rid of white people. Once they get rid of white people, they'll go after brown people. Once they go after brown people, it'll be this slightly darker shade of black versus the blacks.
You ever see the movie Bulworth?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Man, we should just all fuck until we're all gray. I mean, that is the natural evolution of a 10 million year life cycle for a single species. I'm sure that we would finally all interact to the point where it'd be very difficult to tell each other apart simply because of skin color. Unless we purposefully keep ourselves isolated in patches with very fringe connections to outside influence and mating practices. Our overlords are cowards. The people that control us are cowards because they don't show their faces.
I think aliens hate white people. That's why they're trying to breed them out and kill them off. Is because white people are the only people that really fucking question the aliens and their purpose.
I've seen plenty of non-white people questioning the reason for the overlordness, the belief in
I
it.
think it's more white people than it is any other race.
I don't know. How many white people are on the planet and how many Asians are on the planet? What do you think the statistical average of Asians that believe in aliens is?
There's only just over 770 million white people left on the planet out of 7 billion people. So technically we are the minority.
Yeah.
But we do talk about it the most.
Do we? Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think statistically...
If you ask anybody, like, who talks about aliens... we should do that. We should get a microphone and go like, hey, if you had to pick a race, you talk about aliens more, you know...
They'd be like...
down to brass tacks.
They'd be like...
We'll interview 100 people in one area, and we'll use that as the whole percentage of the
Exactly.
United States.
That's
Like
that's the entire planet.
Like how Democrats fucking...
Hey, you're a black man with an opinion. Come here. Hey, you're a Chinese guy with an opinion. Come here. Oh, Korean. Sorry.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, they're cowards. They're all cowards. And what sucks is that we're even more cowardice than them because we won't stand up to them. But again, it's because we're comfortable. The guy's got fucking 4 types of snacks over here. We're pretty fucking comfortable.
Yeah.
It's when we have to kill each other for food that we might actually say, well, where's the food being held, and go after the right people. But not until that actually comes to pass will we stand up united against the people that keep us divided.
You know, being raised a Jehovah's Witness, they had me so panicked about the end of the world and all that shit. As a little child.
Go fucking lay down.
He's talking to the dog, not me. As a child, they had me so
I wouldn't have said fucking. Please go lay down.
They had me so stressed out and so panicked over it as a child. I remember at 6 years old, I would see how long I could go without eating. Which wasn't hard because I was, we were raised. I was raised in low-income housing with my family. And then we went to above low-income housing. God, I hated that government cheese. It was horrible.
We were upper lower class. I've never been above lower middle class. Would you quit fucking begging? I'm gonna go put you in the house.
Oh man,
I'm tired of you begging.
It's my fault. I brought all this food. I didn't bring dog treats. I'm so sorry. I should have told my girlfriend to bring dog treats.
That's all right. We don't even know if she's coming. It was a maybe. Remember? Maybe. Hey, if you do come, please bring me some energy drink.
You know what was so great was the last roast battle at the comedy club. It was no holds bars. Everybody just slammed each other's race, sex, political belief. They talked shit about midgets. You name it, man. They went off, and everybody in the audience was just having a good time laughing.
Good.
Like nobody gave it. Nobody went, nobody panicked. Our midget comedian friend, he did his one joke, and this girl goes, "That ain't funny." And then he said, "Big up, please." And I guess the black dude with her started cracking up laughing. And but she's so overprivileged with, she can put anybody in their place. Like, who's this fucking bitch Lizzo? I can't stand her. I don't know how she's fucking famous. I mean,
who's Lizzo?
Yeah, I mean, look her up.
Oh, Jesus.
She just said she does not want. She hates white people, basically, and she doesn't make music for white people. And it's like, who the fuck? Why do you think you're rich, bitch? This fucking chick.
Lizzo.
Oh my god, I don't even think she's that.
I've never even heard of her.
Talented, really, to be honest. I mean,
she looks like she hit the wall and then ate it. Oh, am I not allowed to say that?
The wall hit her and broke.
She hit the wall, then the wall hit her.
I worked for.
Then she ate the wall for doing it.
I worked for Etta James, with the Franklin, Donna Summers. Those black women were fucking queens. This chick is just a stuck-up bitch with no talent. I'm sorry, I don't give a fuck anybody.
When was she born? 88.
1990.
Bitch, you should be way more awoke than that. Come on now. This music ain't for white people. Yeah, whatever. Why don't you go eat a bag of dicks again?
She hates performing at concerts because it's mostly white people in the crowd.
Well, who do you think can afford? Who do you think can afford your tickets,
no, it's not like
ma'am?
Who do you think's fucking supporting you? Shouldn't there be more black? I mean, because it's obviously black people can afford because they got money, they have jobs. I mean, shit. There's no reason they can't be there.
I do see a lot of them flashing. No, if your music sucks, then it's gonna befall onto white people to listen to it for you. Believe me, I made shitty music and only white people listen to it. Okay, it was me. I was the white person listening to it.
Look at this shit. Nothing in it. This is how they make.
Shrinkflation.
This is how Costco makes their money. It's unopened. Nothing inside.
They own the packaging plant, right?
There's 42 pieces, but only 12 of them have chocolate.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks. We're just gonna sit here and we're gonna wait for it to come to our front door. And the reason we're gonna wait for it to come to our front door is because we barely care about what happens out in the street in front of our house.
No, it's because we've become a delivery society.
Yeah, well, that's what they want. They want complete dependence. They want us to. They want to close the brick and mortar stores except for the great big giant ones where they have to have it open so they have a place to store the crap that they are gonna ship out to you in cars that fucking have robots in there that fucking unload the car on the street. You have to. The only walking you will ever have to do unless you buy the right robot is out to the street to pick up your package. Remember driverless pizza delivery?
Yep.
Yeah, it's coming. We were gonna get an electric
They
car.
designed that for the hood.
We were gonna get an electric car 2 years ago. We were like, okay, maybe we should check it out. You know, a Tesla. We were thinking about getting a Tesla. And then last January, they said everybody needs to have an electric car. I said we ain't getting one.
Nope. That's why I got diesel.
They want to limit where you can go. They want to limit what you can say. They want to limit what you can spend, where you can spend it, how much you can spend it, and how much time you have to spend the allotment that you've been given. Oh, yeah, you get a UBI, but if you don't spend it all, woo, gone.
Yep.
It ain't like you get to save it. You can't be one of them. You can't have. Remember, you're going to own nothing to be happy?
Oh, nothing to be happy.
500 million people going to die next year. Let's see if I can find that.
But you know what? It's not a bad number. I mean, traffic-wise.
Yeah, if we can get them all like that in one specific area. Oop, not one. Misattributed.
Oh, of course. Fact check. Who fact checked it, though?
The fact checkers, man. Well,
Yeah,
that's a lot of
same
shit
people
there.
On Instagram, we fucking kick you off.
Misattributed to Klaus Schwab. It's not Klaus Schwab who says it, it's some other dude. It wasn't. I didn't say it was Klaus Schwab because I would have known Klaus Schwab said it. It's the guy that said it. I don't know. He fucking.
What's the verdict? They said a verdict at the bottom.
Not written by Schwab. Yeah, it was. So these guys, whoever spouted it. Yeah, maybe. I just don't know. Was it at the UN? Because I mean, these people, they're so out in the open with it now. They don't care to hide anything anymore. Fuck, now we got to read.
They had a meeting a long time ago, and this is
in the 60s. The first IMF meeting in the 70s was the beginning of the WEF's beginning stages, because 74 was when Klaus went ahead and said, hey, I like this, I'm going to make my own death farms.
and I think it was like 20 years ago they had a meeting, and they had all the world leaders and a bunch of corporate CEOs and financial leaders and all that, and they asked what can we do to solve the world's problems, and it was supposed to be like a several-hour long meeting. And majority of the room came to the conclusion with less than an hour that half the world's population would have to disappear.
Yep.
And that was 20 years ago.
Well,
2002.
so many times I've heard people
Roughly.
say that there's overpopulation, and that's a fucking joke. Because if there were 10 billion people on this planet right now, if all of us could stand in Texas with a good 10 square feet around of us, each of us, the entire population of the planet, 10 billion strong. There's plenty of room. I've said it before. It's the purposeful mismanagement of natural resources
yeah.
like food and water and shelter.
But water can be taken out of thin air. Food can be grown.
Water's a fucking mineral. There's so much water underneath the surface of this planet right now that there's no such thing as a water shortage. Oil is a goddamn mineral
is
too.
water. I mean, if we just stopped using fresh drinking water to flush our toilets and took water out of the sea and RO'd it, reverse osmosis it, and used it, and collected our own rainwater, we'd all be self-sufficient, but they don't allow you to collect your own rainwater.
If we all had our own solar panels on our roofs, a big enough array to run
If they hadn't,
what you need.
If they hadn't killed Nikola Tesla, we would be so advanced right now, because our focus wouldn't be on saving money to pay our electric bills and all the other bullshit. It would be to educating ourselves.
But that's not what they want. They don't want
Exactly.
educated people.
They
If they
need
wanted
a dumb-
educated people, we would be educated.
They need a
Because
dumb
before the
society.
Industrial Revolution, they needed educated people. Not just people to pull the levers and switch the cogs out. They needed people to design the machines. And that's why the Industrial Revolution was one of the peak times in the U.S. history where people were prosperous. One person would work and have a family of 15 at home. Own the house and own the car.
Yeah.
Now, They're after the children, which means they had to get the wife out of the house. So now it's a two income household.
And they had to give the dad tits.
And then they had to make it so bad that the oldest child had to go back to, because it used to be the oldest child would help, because back then they're, especially on a farm situation, the older children helped out on the farm.
Dude, the children.
Now the kids got to go to work because they need a 3 to 4 income household.
Everybody on the farm had a job. If you were 2 years old, your ass picked up the eggs.
So,
Fed the chickens.
and then now they're destroying they're destroying masculinity. They're throwing that feminism bullshit at us.
Only in America, though. You know TikTok in China?
No, it's happening in other countries as well.
TikTok in China,
go to Taiwan and ask for a true girl.
Well, that's because China controls Taiwan. Remember John Cena had to get on his knees and practically blow the entire house party of the CCP because he said Taiwan was a great country.
He speaks the language.
Yeah, like a fucking robot.
Mm-hmm.
That shit's a trip. But no, TikTok in China, they like in America, the biggest idiot, the sluttiest person, the worst dancer, that's the most famous person. But in China, it's the most educated. That's the one.
Yeah, and I've heard this, and I can't prove it because I could never find anything. But in China, supposedly the algorithm rewards viewership by showing them educational stuff, mind challenges stuff, to be inventive, to do this and that.
Yeah, the biggest.
Where here, the dumber you are, the more famous you get, and the stupider shit you do, the more money they throw at you. Ignorance is fucking cheered.
Because
stupidity is rewarded.
Kids follow.
We deserve our fate.
Kids follow popularity. The sad part is they use rap to fucking make the entire country retarded since Obama got in office.
Wow.
Like, it wasn't good rap anymore. It was just, that's why.
Any music written after the year 2005 was designed to rot your brain.
Exactly. Look at all the senior rappers now.
And I don't mean
all
just
the
rap.
OG rappers.
I'm not gonna pick on rap because all music is shit.
It's the OG rappers.
All
that are
music is
out
shit.
Rap right now. I don't know if you've seen them.
Oh yeah, they're
all
like that's
what
not
the
rap.
fuck
That's
are
not
you
thing.
doing? Snoop Dogg saying, "Take that fucking dress off" to all these rappers. You got Ice Cube like, "What the fuck are you doing, dog? Take that fucking dress off. You're making us look retarded." It's the truth.
That's the idea.
And they said retarded, not me. They're allowed to say retarded.
I'll say retarded. I ain't afraid to say retarded. I was tarded a long time ago, and now I'm retarded. All right.
I can't say retarded is a fucking retard.
Anybody who is offended needed to be offended. Sorry. Let's see where we go here. Oop. Let's do this. Damn, where'd it go? It's gone. Just a small reminder for those of you who may have just joined us. The Radical Anti-Inactivist Show is for entertainment purposes only. We are not financial advisors, attorneys, judges, police officers, doctors, scientists, people with any kind of knowledge, or human. All characters are fictional, and any resemblance to persons living or dead is purely coincidental. If you were offended by anything that you've heard or saw, you most likely needed to be offended and really need to get over yourself. Thank you for watching.
And with all due respect, go fuck yourself.
Exactly.
We need some fondue to dip these fucking bananas in.
Chump chocolate fondue?
Like, I'll chocolate fondue and dip my fucking chocolate coconut in it.
California approves bill to punish doctors who spread false information.
I'm up out of my chair.
So I'm not allowed to go to my doctor and have questions about what's going on with these multiple variants. 300 new variants of COVID are coming. They wonder which one's going to strike the Bay Area first. I'm going to go with it's the new deadly one that Fauci's working on in Boston is going to get released either right before the November 8 elections or right after them.
Yeah, that guy.
Because don't forget, Biden went ahead and re-upped on the old pandemic bill.
Oh, he said it was done. He said COVID was done. Now he's saying he's doubling that down.
President Biden extends the national emergency through February 2023. And then when 500 million people die, they'll extend it some more.
You know why he did?
Well, because they need to contain the power. They need, maintain the
they
power.
They need to vote from home.
Well, yeah.
They don't want you voting in public.
No, that's why they've never wanted ID voting.
No, they don't want to.
What do you mean you got to show your ID to vote? That's stupid. Oh, you mean I got to show my ID everywhere else on the planet, except when I go to the voting booth?
It's racist. They said it was racist.
And what's really funny is it doesn't matter if you have an ID or not when you're voting, because you're not the one counting the votes. You cast a vote, yeah, but you're not the one counting the votes.
Nope. Yeah, it's racist to ask for a voter ID because the privileged children in college say that black people cannot get their IDs because they don't have access to DMVs.
And there's like 5 states that are like, oh, you don't have ID? We're going to give you one.
And you can pull it up on YouTube. Like,
how much is it going to cost? Oh, nothing. We're going to give you one.
They interview the black people in Harlem, and they go, "Hey,
you got ID?
Do you have an ID?
Sure do.
Like, yeah, of course. Everyone's gonna have an ID.
Goddamn stop and frisk law, bro. I had to have one.
I'm like, well, these kids at NYU are saying you don't have access. He goes, what the fuck? Did I take the A train? And they say, oh, black people don't have access to good food. There's a fucking Whole Foods in Harlem.
Yeah.
But these privileged kids, you know, they're
they need to be offended for somebody.
They're a prime example of being fed information and just taking it as is. They're like basically people in the 1400s that dudes said shit out of the Bible and they go, oh, that's it, we gotta go burn a bitch.
Yep, yep. Hey, did you know that person over there is a witch? Oh, really? Yep, burn them. You know what we need to do is start burning politicians at the stake in the center of town squares. And pedophiles and rapists. Bring back public burnings. And not none of this put them in jail for 10 years and then burn them. No. When they're proven guilty without a shadow of a doubt, because sometimes even the innocent get killed, burn them that morning.
I say we airdrop them over China.
And yes, I understand that innocent people will be put to flame. I'm okay with that. I'm okay if it's me. If we could airdrop them like 100 at a time over China, that'd be cool.
That'd be awesome.
But yeah, I think burn them alive at the stake would be a little more.
We'll tattoo
because we put people to death in jail for murder, and it hasn't stopped murder.
What's the CCP leader's name? Zing Pao.
Hai Zing, Xing Zi, something like
Chao
that.
Zing.
Some guy with a name. Yes.
Yeah. We should put his face on tattoo Winnie the Pooh with his face on all their bodies. Because Winnie the Pooh's not allowed in the country anymore because he was compared to Winnie the Pooh.
Oh my!
Winnie the Pooh is banned.
Is he the guy?
Yeah.
That they compared Winnie the Pooh to?
Yeah. Winnie the Pooh got banned from China because of his comparison. I've actually gotten deleted off of Instagram for calling him Pooh Bear.
Pooh Bear.
And saying his name and saying
Xing Zi, Pooh Bear.
Try it. It'll get deleted.
Yeah. Well, we're saying it right now. We'll see if we get deplatformed.
Is your door locked?
Huh?
Is your door locked?
No, but we're ready. Something happens, we're all right, man.
Hey, how about this weather, man? You know, it's still sunny out.
Yeah, but it's starting to cool off a little bit.
But
we, global warming starts with global cooling because
I gotta be
the polar caps melt first, or
I gotta
they
be
warm
honest,
up first
man.
and pushes the cold
People
air.
who complain about global warming have never spent a season in Washington State.
Well,
I'm totally down for global warming. Global warming isn't killing the fucking polar bears. It's a lack of food. All
climate change.
Release some cows in a fucking wherever.
Climate change is very, very real.
Oh,
it's happened since the Earth formed.
This
global warming is a fear tactic that they use to scare people.
Yeah, half this country was.
I gotta get rid of my gas-powered car and get an electric one.
Under 2 to 3 miles of ice. We were sitting right now in Tacoma. This was under 2 to 3 miles of ice.
I wouldn't doubt it.
And that's how half the boulders come from fucking Alaska and Russia.
They've shown
down here.
They've shown that there was such a plateau of ice over the Pacific Northwest that over there in Western Washington near the gorge, you can see the undulations in the land from huge waves of floodwater. Yeah. So And as a scuba diver, when I saw that show, and I was like, they're fucking right. That is exactly what it looks
That's
like
exactly
with
what
water.
it is,
Fuck,
yeah.
man. Whoa.
And then you think about the whales in the fucking Sahara Desert.
Oh yeah.
You
Oh
know?
yeah.
Come on, man.
They didn't walk there. And I'm sure that the people who may have at the time hunted something that big didn't carry the entire carcass there intact.
And Nevada was underwater.
Yeah, well, at one time, I'm sure any piece of land was either under blocks and blocks of ice or underwater, just because the planet shifts and moves and turns. It's a living organism, just like we are. We're a part of it.
One of my favorite things was that a professor from America went to China or one of those Asian countries, and he was offshore diving. Speaking of diving, and they went to this reef, and when he came up, this happened a while back. When he came up, and he goes, "That's one of the most beautiful temples I've ever seen." That guy, not a temple, it's a reef. And he goes, "That's a fucking temple, dude."
Oh, that's the one. Yeah,
Yeah,
that big block thing.
180 feet down.
They're still not sure if it's man-made or not, but
They can't
it
find the
definitely,
door yet.
Yeah,
That's the problem. They can't find the fucking door. It's so big, and I'm like, wait a minute, this thing's under 180 feet or 180 feet of water. And how old is that fucking building?
Yeah, so you know, if there was plenty of ice and or the land was at a higher elevation at the time,
and it went down, or you know, like that was land, and the oceans were somewhere else, and the planet shifted when the moon got pulled into place, and
well, see, the magnetic field on the planet right now is weakening, and they say that the sun's going to micronova in the next couple decades, and that's going to cause the fact that the magnetic field is weakening is part of what's going to cause the polar shift, and they say that it's always shifting 90 degrees at a time.
I think it's Trinidad. The scientists in Trinidad said they're going to send a rocket to the sun. You saw that, right?
No.
And they said, well, what do you can't do that because it'll fucking melt. And he goes, oh, no, we're going to do it at nighttime. You didn't see that?
No. We're sending it at night.
This is the greatest shit.
Where's dark?
They were so serious. We're going to send it at night.
But yeah, so the sun has micronovaed before. There's evidence of it here on Earth. The polar caps have shifted. The polar regions have shifted plenty of times. There's I can't even say the words. There's evidence of it here. They've found, and now that the magnetosphere is weakening, they said that we're going to get more storms. They're not going to be more powerful because there's a limit to how fast wind can travel simply because of the size, shape, movement of the planet. It's not like we're going to get 500-mile-an-hour winds or anything, but yeah. So they show that the polar North Pole and South Pole are getting ready to meet somewhere in the Indian Ocean, probably by 2024.
That'd be dope.
Excuse me, 2034. At that point, I'll be dead. At that point, Greenland and Antarctica, being some of the heaviest masses on the planet, will have a chance to slip to where they want to be, which is at the equator.
Yeah.
And when that happens, there's going to be solar influx of the cold air from space, which is going to cause instant freezing, which is why you see these mammoths that are frozen with fresh food in their mouth and in their stomachs.
Yeah, like Lizzo. They're going to find Lizzo in a couple thousand years with cheeseburgers still fresh in her mouth.
Half chewed, half masticated cheeseburger in her fat face.
Species with a whole hamburger in her mouth.
This dude's fat. It's supposed to be a girl. Yeah, well, it's a fat dude. Lizzo. Oh, was I insulting to a entertainer who's insulting to other people?
You know, and it's funny because she thinks, or people like her think that it's their time has come around. It's like, no, they're using you. You're their puppets. You've been their puppets for a long time, and you're falling for it just because it's no worse than being a fucking drug dealer. You know? Yeah, you're getting money, but you're getting money to poison society.
And those that are doing it unknowingly, I kind of feel sorry for those who do it knowingly.
Look at Kanye West.
Eat a bag of shit.
Getting raped over the coals right now.
Because he's speaking out.
Because he's saying what's fucking right.
And that's kind of like the thing with Trump, you know? People are like, well, Trump. And it's like, well, they're attacking the shit out of him. Maybe he is a fly in the ointment. Or is he part of the plan? They're pushing us. They pushed us to Trump, which drove us to Biden, and now it's going to push us back to Trump. Is this all by design? Is this their plan? We don't know.
As long as we can go, if the world ends in 2034, at least give us like $1.50 gas again, or 79-cent gas. That was dope.
Good.
It wasn't that long ago. It was
Because
only 20 years ago,
oil
79
is not
cents
a
gallon.
finite resource.
It's a reoccurring organism. It's an algae. That they needed to make it seem like it was a depleting resource so they could put a price on it. If people knew that,
That's why they called it fossil fuel.
If they dinosaur bone.
Yeah, it's made from dinosaurs.
That's how uneducated people were back then, or easy to manipulate.
Yes.
You know, and they realized like, oh, just say it's dinosaur bone. People ain't gonna believe that. They'll believe whatever you put in black and white.
What's even funnier is they were easy to manipulate then. Now they're even easier to manipulate. Oh, hang on, I gotta check my feed. Oh, did you see this? It's got to be true.
Yeah.
It was on TikTok.
Well, it's like that
underneath the girl's underwear.
It's like that episode of Seinfeld when George Costanza stops having sex and becomes intelligent. You know, people are so overdrained with constant porn. I just watched a guy. It was that one guy who was like, a 14-year-old boy can see more naked women in 15 minutes than the richest man in the world could 400 years ago.
I believe that, but that's all about access, ease of access. Because 400 years ago, that guy had to compile a large book of pictures, which were hand sketched.
The difference was
hand
he
sketched.
could physically touch them. He physically saw them.
Well, yeah, but he had to go and do that, or have them brought.
It got brought to him.
So,
yeah. But the point is, like, that's the thing is like.
But now I can look. I can go on TikTok for 3 minutes, see one picture of some girl pretending like she's giving fellatio off screen, comment on that, and now every other one's gonna be some girl doing some stupid shit on the thing.
Yep. Yeah.
That's how the algorithm works here in America, because the dumber we are, the easier we are to control.
Trace, track, manipulate,
Yeah,
push.
I always love it. They're going to put something under your skin and trace you. No, you're going to go to the store and buy a new one every fucking year.
Oh, yeah, this one's brand new, and they're already telling me I need to get a new one. Fuck you, dude. I'm getting that dumb phone. You seen the dumb phone? Text and talk
Flip
only?
phone, man.
Yeah,
Go get a flip phone.
That's what it is. It's a dumb phone. $20 a year for text and talk.
So yeah,
that's what we got. Like, we're not financial advisors. Fuck that. Go invest in that, because that's already a multi-billion-dollar industry.
Oh,
right
see,
now.
we've already clarified that we're not financial advisors, so we can say, try it.
Bye.
Don't know what's going to happen. Talk to someone first, but then do. Yeah, but talk to someone who knows first, not us.
Yeah, for real.
Do not listen to anything we say, even if you like what you hear. Our rulers are cowards.
Did I tell you I got offered to be a cop?
What?
I got offered to be a cop.
Offered to be a cop?
Yeah.
Aren't you too old?
No.
Well, you're definitely too smart.
Well, that's why they were so impressed, because after I got robbed, he was like, "Hey man, good luck finding your shit." And I was like, "All right." And I had a feeling the guy that stole from me walked into the unit, because he's 2 units from me.
Yeah.
And I was like, "That's the guy who fucking robbed me." I knew it right away. And so I tracked him. And then the next morning, somebody needed some money a while back, like over a year ago. And I didn't have cash on me, so I loaned some tools, my 2-power tools. And I called them the next morning. I said, "Hey, do you have my information on file?" They have my serial number. So I said, "I'm going to come by and get a printout." So I got a printout. And then I was at Costco, and I was walking around just like, I'm going to get this motherfucker, And sure enough, I'm on fucking OfferUp, and there's my 2 tools for sale. I'm like, this motherfucker right here. And then I set up a buy, and I had to go through my OfferUp and delete all my pictures, because the guy saw me. I had to delete everything, because I had shit in the storage unit for sale. And you could see like the storage doors and all that. So I had to delete all those pictures, and he wasn't that smart. And anyways, fucking, I set him up to make a buy that night, and then I called the cops. My girlfriend, she's got video, she's coming, but I called the cops and I said, "Hey, I got a deal at 6:30 to buy my shit." And he goes, "How do you know it's your stuff, dude?" He goes, "I'm not trying to say it's not your shit, but how do you know?" I go, and I explained the thing about the pawn shop. He goes, "Wait, you have the serial numbers?" And I said, "Yeah." He goes, "All right." Well, he goes, "Where do you want to do it?" I go, "I'm gonna do it behind the Winco. You guys," and he goes, "You're gonna notify us?" And I said, "Yeah, I'll notify you." And he goes, "Okay." He goes, "Call me when it's happening." And he called me and goes, "Hey man, we're getting ready to leave." And I said, "I'm meeting the guy in 10 minutes. All right, well wait. They waited for over an hour. which is really cool in itself. 2 cop cars. And I called him up and I said, hey, I'm wearing a pair of sunglasses. When I confirm the serial numbers, I'm going to take my sunglasses off, and that's going to cue my girlfriend. And they giggle a little bit like, all right, but you know, they just think I'm just like, fucking.
What is this 007 bullshit you're trying to pull, sir? Just point at the guy and we'll come up.
Sure enough, my girlfriend calls him, and I go, what the fuck? This guy's really got him. And then he rolled up, and I go, that's that bitch. And then I go, and they walk up, and they're real nice. And the girl had parked right next to him. Now I videotaped both these people loading my shit in the car. So I had evidence. I have them on guns. Here's the funniest part. If they don't give consent to their fingerprints now, you can't take their fingerprints. So they couldn't identify him. He didn't want to give his name, so they couldn't identify him. And 10 cops ended up showing up. Captain, sergeant, and like 7 or 8 other cops. And they were all nice. And like someone goes, hey, I think that's from the robbery case on this and that, you know. And the girl, the first 2 cops showed up, the girl pulled up next to him. And when she saw the cops roll up, she starts backing out. And I said, hey, man. I go, that chick is involved with him. And he goes, really? And he walks up and goes, hey, excuse me, ma'am. Do you know this guy? And she goes, nope, never seen him before in my life. And he goes, oh, okay. And like he starts reading her license plate, but she takes off too fast. And he goes, she said he didn't know her. And I said, here's her video of her loading my shit to storage units. And he goes, she lied to me. And he goes, I'm gonna go get her. He takes off. She comes back. She had 5 of 8 or 9 of my vintage snowboards. She had my Led Zeppelin guitar, my touring guitar from 1970 tour of Stairway to Heaven. She had that in, which they cracked. They cracked the face on it of the body, and it went through one of the signatures. So I told insurance, I said, hey, listen, I go, you can't cover half. You can't cover a third of my shit. You can't cover, with what I have in coverage, you're not going to cover nothing. I mean, it's just going to be a slap in the face. So they're doing making a quicker deal with me, but so they had her there. Of course, they let her go, and they look in the car and I go, that's my gun case, and like, oh shit. So the captain's like, we got him on trafficking guns, you know, so we could put him in for at least a little bit. We get a warrant for the storage unit. I pull out 2 bins. He had a garbage can about this big, full of heroin needles, and the cop goes, dude, be careful, don't touch anything. So we pull out 2 bins, and I look at the bottom of the bin. I see a letter, and I go, here's his fucking name. And they go, what? And they're about to release this guy on 0 bond because they said they could only hold him for a few hours. They read his name over the thing. They go, dude, you fucking got him. This is the guy. And he had 3 felony warrants, domestic abuse, not allowed to be around guns, etc. All
right, hero move.
And then I got him on, and because the way I set it up, I had my girlfriend set up the deal. So it was like a third-party trafficking deal. I brought cash, which meant I had intent to buy, and it was stolen items. You know, I had them all on that shit. But when we got the warrant to the car, he had my gun case stuffed with 2 other stolen guns, so he's fucked there. They were all loaded, ready to go. He stole like $4,000 to $5,000 in ammo from me, which is yet to be, you know, will probably not be recovered.
Right.
But stole. Dude, I had coins over $5,000 a piece. You know, my silver certificates, all my silver coins. He had no idea. I had 2 vintage bills with misprints on them, and they're gone. And they were, you know, one was a $1 bill, was a $5 bill. You know, they're from the 30s and 40s,
right.
So they're not going to be. You know, he didn't know what the fuck it was. He probably wouldn't have bought a soda with them. You know, not knowing what the fuck he was using. But the vintage bills I have from around the world. But the cops were so blown away, and I was so patient with him. And then as he was getting in the car, he goes, so I guess you don't want your other guitar back, huh? And they put him in the car. You know, that was before all the other shit went down. But the reason why he said that was because he was offered, he goes, hey, I'll go get half his shit and give it to him. Just let me go. And the cop said, that's the best deal you're going to get. Until they brought her back, and I said, here's my shit. And I showed him pictures of my stuff, and I'm like, dude, you're in trouble. But when the cop saw the Led Zeppelin guitar, he goes, hey, man, I know those vintage snowboards are what you say they're worth. He goes, but they need street value. So they're probably like, what, $300 to $400? And I said, yeah. He goes, all right, $300 to $400. But here's the problem. I said, what's that? He goes, that's a Led Zeppelin guitar. And I was like, yeah. He goes, even the fucking judge knows who Led Zeppelin is. He goes, what's that worth? I go, one signature is worth $75,000. And he goes, holy shit, you got 3 of them? And I said, yeah. And he goes, dude, this guy's fucked. He goes, he knows who Led Zeppelin is. I go, yeah, the judge probably partied with him. That's probably why he became a judge, you know? So he can fucking be protected and shit. But yeah, the cops couldn't believe how I handled that situation. And they were like, you got to come, go sign up, man. But it was the same cops that were there when my girlfriend got attacked by that dude.
Yeah.
He threatened to beat her ass in front of everybody. He was walking around asking to suck her dick and then asking to suck our friend's dick, who teaches, you know, Isaiah teaches jiu-jitsu, and he's a black belt.
Maybe.
Teaches karate.
Maybe.
He's one of the comedians up there, and he was talking shit to him. But the reason why he picked him, he thought he was a stupid little white boy. You know, and that was his problem. He picked the wrong people. And when I was 10 minutes late, and when he grabbed my girlfriend by the back of her hair and went to punch her, Isaiah had him up in the air on the ground. And the other comedian, Max, he didn't know what to do. He just grabbed one of the chairs and was holding it over him like this. And they're like, did you hold a chair over that guy? He goes, yeah, I'm going to be the first guy to grab a weapon. He goes, I'm not going to use my hands. I want him as far away from me as possible. He's like, and I had another chair in sight, and my favorite part is everybody that night did comedy, they were all just fucking ripping off of it. Even my girlfriend got up there, and everybody killed it that night. Even the people who aren't usually, like, have good material funny, killed it. But this one dude got up there, and he has a trouble. He gets nervous. And he was like, man, usually I'm panicking when I'm up here. And he goes, and because of my childhood, you know, what was going on? He goes, I tried to be a man. I wanted to be a man. So I walked up, you know, and there was already 3 guys on top of him. And one girl had him on the waist talking shit like, move, motherfucker, I'll beat your ass. And he goes, and I was standing there. And my girlfriend had made cookies, organic cookies for everybody that night, and put them on stage. And the guy had walked up there and thrown cookies at the crowd, and then talked shit, grabbed her, and went to hit her, and that's when he got taken down. But he was like, I was standing there, I wanted to be a man, I didn't know what to do, because everybody was already doing something, and then I saw this plate of cookies behind me, and then I saw that, and I saw the plate of cookies, and I said, well, fuck it, and I grabbed a cookie, you know? I'm gonna be a little bit honest, they were a little dry. He did it so well, because it was off the cuff, no one was reading anything, it was just natural, bro, so... And then he came back a couple weeks later, like nothing happened. Yeah, but he got 86 by a bunch of... Oh, he showed up, that's what it was. My girlfriend started a new job, and he showed up at her bar 3 days later. And let him out. Let him out the same day, even though, you know, he attacked her. What's this one?
That's Washington, D.C., you know.
Oh, right now?
District of Columbia.
This
it's
morning?
Not part of the United States. Just like the IRS isn't really a part of the United States. It's just an incorporated thing.
God, man.
Made by the Fed. Trying to get us to get things back.
When did this happen exactly?
Oops, sorry.
That whole. See, and the problem is
2 days ago.
This hurts. That actually damages the gay community.
Doesn't it? No, it only damages the transgender community. Doesn't damage, because see, I've got plenty of friends that are gay or lesbian or bisexual, and I know a couple of trans people that are very nice and private. There's Winnie the Pooh right there. But you got any honey, Winnie? But yeah, none of them.
They're all clapping in unison. Look at that shit.
Yeah, none of them have ever wanted or flaunted in the way that these people do. I want to know who the stupid asshole that went to the thing pretending he was a girl. Let's see.
Biden's. That's all, you know, because they're trying to get the young voters, and they have all these kids fucking brainwashed, and that's all it is. They're. And that's another reason I like being on social media. Is that I watch all the things like, are you voting? Who are you voting? Who are you voting for? Do you need information on who to vote for?
Paris. God damn it.
Stay. You gotta stay. Won't hit you. Won't hit you.
I can't figure it out. See, that's how unimportant it is to me, but it probably should be a little more important.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Give me a beer. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, boy.
Oh, I can't figure it out.
You gotta eat these. Oh, you do. You still got your balls. Oh. Right in the mouth. Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
This idiocy right here.
Oh, my gosh.
This idiocy right
Day
here.
222 of being a girl. I'm in Washington, D.C., and I'm going to the White House to speak to the President of the United States. You know that phrase, I fear I may have girl bossed too close to the sun? Well, that's how I feel today,
could you
because
imagine
I get to
Joe
sit
Biden,
down
like, if
with
this
Joe
person came
Biden
out
and now
and
this
what
news,
would
and
Joe
I get to
Biden
ask
say
him a
about
few questions surrounding trans
this
issues
person
in the
90s
United
Joe
acted
States,
like this in
and
the
talk to him
90s,
about my
what would Joe Biden
transness,
say?
and
What
I
would
really
he'd
just
probably
wanna
write
represent
another
my
bill to try and
community
get
the
it
best
put
that
in
I
prison.
can. And you know what? As silly as I
You
am
go-
on
you
here,
go with
all
I'm
those
ready to
nice
step
people.
up and show that trans people, we're not going anywhere.
Yeah,
And that
the
trans kids, they
disgustingness
deserve a
of
fighting
humanity
chance to be their
as
true
we just
selves.
collapse into
Okay?
this
Oh
abyss.
my god, I'm running late. Let's go. And y'all are obviously wondering what I'm gonna wear to meet the president.
Huh?
Earn the more. That's all they allow.
Earn more than $800 per day with an internet-based home income job. That's called OnlyFans, right?
Okay.
Only 4 comments.
Dylan, you're gonna be
Mulvaney
great.
is
I love
making
you.
a
Let's
mockery
go.
of feminine traits and is presenting negative female stereotypes in a way that could be viewed in 2 ways. One is sheer comedy,
Looking for the
the
president's
other
dog.
is pure misogyny.
I'm just here to talk to
queen,
you about your
love
son.
you.
And,
I love you.
and the answer
We're
is,
about to
I'm
go
earning
for
81,000. Yeah, okay.
Leaving
Sicko.
on cloud nine.
Sad.
The president of the
Maybe
United
he can
States
help
gave
buy
me
it
Only
with
4
inflation.
comments. I wonder
He gave
how
me a
many.
cookie in the Oval
China bought
Office.
Yahoo.
Now
Well,
here's
this
the
is
question.
why he was
What do I say?
invited,
It has a
because he
seal.
identifies
Look at
as a
that.
little
Please
girl.
honestly tell me.
He identifies as a little
I got to
girl.
pet the dog.
Have you seen that
I
movie
got to pet his
Smile?
dog.
Biden
I'm
likes
still a
little
That's
dog,
the
girls.
and don't
smile
be
from
mad, but I
Biden.
don't get to post any of the footage
This is
until
why.
after the
This
interview
is why
airs on
right
Sunday
here.
night.
Little
But it's
girl.
going to be
Because
worth it
Biden's a
because I
goddamn
can't wait for you
pedophile,
to hear
which means that any
everything we
Democrat
talked
that
about.
voted for
I left with a lot of
Mr.
hope
Biden
and
there
optimism,
simply
not only
because
for just
he's
trans
not
people,
Trump,
but many
it
different
means that
topics,
they're all
and the
supporters
fact
of
that our
his
president
disgusting
has
previous
watched Days
acts.
of Girlhood. It's kind of epic, and I'm not gonna
Trump
lie,
was
I've
on
been-
Epstein's
I've
Island,
been having a
yeah?
rough go of it.
Never
lately.
made it.
What did he do?
White
What
Lantern.
did he do?
And-
Because they haven't exposed him, and
today
you
was when I
know
needed to keep
they would,
going.
because they need to stop
Also,
him
if
from
you
running.
live in the US,
Everything they
vote,
had
this
on
is
him, they
gonna be
couldn't
one
Or
of the
get that.
most
Trump is
important
such a
elections of our
fucking
lifetimes.
boss
So
if they
please
fucking
get out
put
and vote next
him behind
month.
bars for it. He's taking
There's
all of them
so
down
much
with him.
darkness
Well, look
in
at
this
Kevin
world.
Spacey. Kevin Spacey
I mean,
got
sometimes the bad
Candace
actually
Owen had the
outweighs
best
good,
description of it.
but we
Why
have to
aren't
get
they
in the mud
talking
right
about
now.
it? Because
We're
they're
gonna
on
clean
it.
up some messes
Yeah.
that have
Why
been
isn't it in the
cleaning
media?
for
'Cause the people in
hundreds
the
of
media
years.
are on it.
We've got to protect each other.
Well, look
And
at Kevin
I have your
Spacey. When
back,
Kevin
and I
Spacey
really
was
hope you
arrested,
have
he said,
mine,
"If
and
I
love
go to
you.
jail, if he's innocent,
God
then why was it?"
bless
He
all
definitely
black
got he definitely got a slap on the wrist.
When he was
Can you-
arrested,
okay,
he
love ya.
said, "If I go down, everybody goes down." Why would you say that if you're innocent? I mean, come on, man.
They're not innocent.
Yeah.
They're all trash.
I've known too
I'm
many
finding
people
it
that have-
very hard to find a reason to watch TV anymore. So that I'm, and by TV I mean Netflix or Hulu or even YouTube TV. Like,
I've known too many people who've worked for him, and I've had friends that are like, the growing men, but they look younger, and they said, "Dude, he invited me to dinner, and I would never go anywhere by myself with that guy." Because I'm a grown-ass
He's
man.
dangerous.
Like, I'm bigger than he is, but I would not trust anything I ate or drank anywhere near him.
So yeah, this is the wave of the future. They're going after the children.
You got to wonder who Kevin Spacey is definitely a bottom bitch for someone in power. He's definitely somebody's little mistress. And
Well, yeah,
you
there's-
find out who that is
There's
because
300,000 people at most that fucking own and run this planet,
well, Kevin Spacey
and
has a body
everyone
count.
in the media.
What's Kevin Spacey's body count? 12?
I have no fucking clue.
12 people who've died?
Here's the thing. I give a shit. I don't care.
No, look it up. How many people have died? What's Kevin Spacey's body count? Or death body count, I guess it would be. Because if you look up body count, it'd be a different number.
Anthony Rapp accused Spacey of making a sexual advance towards him. At least 6 unnamed U.S. soldiers. Wait, what? Atlas,
Yeah.
what the hell? No.
Is Kevin Spacey
He's straight up murdering his
accusers?
accusers. All right, this is what we were looking for, folks. Woo-woo!
Looks like a Folgers Light commercial. Oh, can we watch that video? That's a creepy
This is
video,
9
dude.
o'clock on. Let's see. Is it right there?
It's gotta be it.
Come on, give it to us. The more you click, the closer you get. No, god damn it. That's as far as we got, huh? Kill them with kindness.
Oh, it's just a picture of it.
Yeah. So true. We have a serial killer.
It probably got taken off. It's just screenshots now.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, he's getting away with it. And it's because we're complacent. We don't care. We don't care enough. And I've said it enough times here. I don't care what his body count is. I don't give a shit. I stopped watching him. I don't support. I try not to.
Well,
my girlfriend likes the entertainment industry, and I'm just like, well, we're too old to care anymore.
One actor was accused of raping a kid. This guy gets accused of doing worse. They edited him out of the movie.
Fired him from West Wing or whatever it was.
Yeah, they fired him for West Wing. And did they remove Kevin Spacey from one of the movies, or was that another actor?
Oh, I don't know.
I think it was another actor.
This is how little attention I've paid to it until now. The only reason I'm paying attention to it now is because they are actively attacking the children in school. They are actively attacking the parents when they go to the teacher-parent.
Well, that's why the government took over education. I mean, this isn't just something new. This has been
decades
long
ago.
planned out. Yeah,
That was decades ago.
Desensitizing it's a long process to us, but to the the overlords, it's a blink of an
younger
eye.
you are, the easier you are to control and manipulate.
And parents, like you
program.
said, the mom's at work. That if the dad even exists, the dad's at work.
Yep.
I was telling I was with Shelby and his buddy the other day after a comedy show. And they were like, "Oh, that restaurant." I was like, "Oh, well, that Walgreens. That's the Walgreens I was at, where the 8-year-old and the 12-year-old threatened to kill us." And he's like, "What's up?" I was like, "Dude, I walked in there, and I heard this 12-year-old voice threaten to kill one of the senior ladies who works at the Walgreens." And I walked over and I stared at him. And he looked at me and he tried to throw a little gang sign at me. And I just looked and I was like, "I will fuck you up, boy." And he looked at me and his eyes got real big. And the 8-year-old starts talking shit. Then he walks over and he stares at me and he kind of got a little cold shoulder because he was like, "Oh shit." And he walked away. And they had 2 baskets and they're just filling up. Dude, do they have liquor there? I don't know, but they filled
They
up
have liquor everywhere.
Yeah, they were filling up their baskets, just talking shit. Like, I got money, motherfucker. I got more money than you, motherfucker. I'll stab you, bitch. You fucking come here, I'll cut your throat, bitch. And they're talking shit like that. And then I'm at the register and I'm looking at him, and this vet was behind me, and he's staring him down. I'm staring him down, and the kid looks at me, and I look at the 8-year-old and I go, "He's gonna get you killed, boy." I go, "You're gonna die, and he's gonna walk away from you, and he's never gonna ever remember you. He's gonna get you killed." And I looked at him and was like, "You ain't got too long either, boy." And he just looked at me. He just looked at the ground. I go, "What's up with his parents?" And he goes, "Oh no, his mom's tried everything. She came in here and she put a no trespassing warning. I think she said like in the past year or two that he's stolen over $20,000 worth of shit there." With other little kids. He brings in kids younger than him, and they go and they rob the place. They call the cops. Nobody ever comes.
Right.
But, the mom's just, she's so stressed out because, like she said, she's working. The dad's a piece of shit. Not in the picture. Hoes just getting banged up. It's just fucking... That's the other thing is, like, these girls banging all these fucking gangsters trying to fucking be woke and like, "Oh, look at me, I'm part of the popular crowd." And you're like, "Oh, why doesn't he want to be a father to my child?" It's like, "Oh, what the fuck is you thought you had that magical of a pussy? Go fuck yourself." You're carrying on the tradition of fatherless households. That's all you're doing. And quality mother households. That's the other point. I mean, fucking women. I mean, you say the dads are bad. The moms are even worse. Holy shit, bro. Oh, it's insane, man. Girls are bragging about having 6 different babies with
15 different baby daddies.
Yeah.
Yep. I got 8 kids and 9 baby daddies. Wait, that don't add up. That's all right. Don't worry about it. And it was like that one. There's this guy, little something or whatever. I don't remember, but. Right now, he's got like 14 or more kids with 14 different women.
Oh, that's nothing.
And his goal is to get 50.
Yeah, that's nothing. Yeah. They remember what's her name? That little blonde chick from Alabama. She had the fat show, the little fat girl. She had her own show. Anyways, they were deciding against 2 shows, and one was this black guy in Arizona or Nevada, and he has 12 women living at his house. He has like 22 kids, and he has this beautiful house. He's on state assistance. They're all on state assistance. They have this beautiful house, and he's bragging about it. And they did a pilot for the show, but because Obama was in office, they're like, "No, we don't want to make the the black community look bad.
Obama said his husband wouldn't let it happen.
Yeah.
Michael said no.
They're
Barack.
Like, and the guy was mad. That
Did I say Michael?
They did an interview about it, and the guy was mad he didn't get his show, but they did the one about the little fat white girl, like the Alabama culture and the, making fun of white people and fat white people in trailer parks. That was okay, but they didn't want to expose the other problem of, because, I tell people that they make fun of white people for inbreeding. I go, you motherfuckers are inbreeding all the time. You don't even know it. You guys are that loose in the community.
If you want
banging each other's wives and brothers, I go, you don't know if you're related or not.
If you want to pretend the Bible's real, we're all inbred. Apparently 8 people survived the flood and they were related.
Everybody inbreeding. Color don't shame. Shit's a trip, man. Oh, we got a visitor? Oh. What do you think, puppy dog? You want to come and say hi? Come say hi to everybody. We got dead air. There you go. Yeah, give kisses. You gotta give kisses. You can't eat that chocolate. You can't have none of that chocolate. You can't have none of that chocolate. Oh, you got my dog. Oh, you got my dog. Oh, yeah. Where's your chair at? Why don't you have your chair, your headphones? You're so strong. Oh, yeah. There you go. Why are you so strong? You working out? Oh, yeah, puppy doggy. Oh, yes.
What are you doing?
We're feeling dead air.
Just a fucking doggy.
Yeah.
Just a doggy.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Get kisses.
I need new shoes.
Get your kisses. Dude, I paid $180 for these shoes and they're already fucking torn up.
I would never pay that much for a pair of shoes. I pay $5 and get 2 pair. That's how cheap I am.
Hey, Drew said he was going to get me a job. That motherfucker never called me.
Drew? At the Microsoft?
Yeah.
Well, he
supposed
was supposed to be here today, but he got a parent-teacher meeting.
I don't know if we should name drop companies so we don't get canceled.
Microsoft is a shitbag company. Don't buy their product. Wait, I'm using it. Never mind. Microsoft is a great company. Always get their stuff.
Believe everything Microsoft.
Just because Bill Gates is a eugenist doesn't mean he's a doctor.
Yeah, trust the Gates.
Yes, trust the Fauci. I never said to lock down the country. My suggestion to the president was to lock down the country. Yeah, fucking double-speaking lying piece of shit.
I have the one with them saying that people say, oh, they never said it was a cure. You damn right they did.
Oh, yeah, they did.
I got it on
If you
video,
get the
bitch.
shot, the virus stops at you.
Yeah.
You don't get it. You don't pass it on. And the next thing you know.
If you get the shot...
Well, what we said was it lessens your chance and your survivability is better as people are dying from the shot.
Yeah.
They died of COVID. No, they didn't die of COVID.
You'll be free of getting COVID if you get the shot, and then 2 months later, I am Joe Biden. I have COVID.
I've been double tapped, and I still got the COVID.
I'm Justin Trudeau, and I have the COVID.
But that just strengthens the ones that believe the bullshit about, well, he lived because he had 2 shots. We better get all 15.
Well, now COVID's saying COVID. Biden is saying,
I've been trying to keep a straight face this whole time, and you fucking crack me up, sir. Cracking me up!
Fauci's saying the only way to cure COVID now is or the only way to survive COVID is to actually contract COVID. Oh, no, that's the other one. That's the one saying that he's going to take your guns from us.
Oh, yeah.
But then he says, we're not going to take your guns. Well, what about this
you only
video,
need a
Joe?
shotgun. Well, I believe that's a good idea. Shotgun will fucking mess you up real quick. Remember, kids, if someone's coming at you aggressively, just take the palm of your hand and push their nose into their brain and walk away.
Man, I tell you, I love this video because when I showed it to them, their first reaction is, "Oh, that's edited.
It's fake. It's deep
and
fake.
I'm like, "Oh,
it's a deep fake.
Fuck yourself.
It's a deep fake.
I watched
even though
it
it's timestamped
live
from CNN.
Yeah, I watched it live. What are you talking about?
Well, that's CNN. You can't trust it. Well, do you want me to get the one where they aired it on Fox? Oh, you can't trust Fox. Did you know that the same people own both of those companies? Nuh-uh. Yeah, that's how stupid you fucking are. You got a lot of videos saved there, sir.
Man, I deleted over 80,000. If you believe that.
I do believe it. Because I've deleted a shit ton of shit off of my phone.
Yeah, like you said, just don't give a fuck anymore, man.
I can't. Well, we all got to live in now.
One, we're white. And, you know, we're not allowed to have a voice, as Kanye said, which he's 100% right. He says we have the least platform, which he's 100% right.
And we are definitely deplatformed anytime we don't speak the way they want us to speak.
Yeah.
Like if I say Joe Biden is a confirmed pedophile and any Democrat that voted for him is a piece of trash, well, then now I'm deplatformed, especially on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Anywhere you say that on the big three, whoo, gone. I wonder how Twitter's going to react now.
How many people did Fauci kill when he said,
All of them.
Go get your AIDS virus shot?
Yeah.
Back in the 80s. Was it 25,000 died in the first 6 months?
Yeah,
He
I
said
think so.
this shot will save you from the AIDS virus. And then 25,000 gays died. He's like,
It saved him.
they're being judged by God.
It depends
now.
on what you mean by saved, I guess.
Yeah, I bet you are a lifetime member. You dumb
That guy's
motherfucker.
been in Congress and
180 years.
and now in fucking presidential position over 50 years. That guy's
No,
gonna
it's
serve.
180 years.
Who, Biden?
Yeah, he said 180 years. He said it with his own mouth.
Yeah, well, that's him. I'm talking. I actually watched him get sworn in back in fucking, what is that, 70 something?
The first 2 times he ran, he was the least popular person. He couldn't even get on the ticket. He was so unpopular. But then he became the most popular president.
And see, and that's
U.S. history.
And that's the fucking craziest thing is because I used to like the guys that they had on the debates back when they had debates. The first 1 or 2 that were always just fucking, they either didn't get any fucking questions or they stood up there and got the softball question and then they never were shown again. Those are, I'm like, that's probably the person we wanted because he's.
Get COVID if you have these vaccinations. Hey folks, guess you heard this morning I tested positive for COVID. When people are vaccinated, they can feel safe that they are not going to get infected.
Dr. Fauci says he has COVID again.
If you've done the right thing and gotten vaccinated, you deserve the freedom to be safe from COVID-19. And this morning, I learned I tested positive for COVID-19 as well.
With 3 doses that you'll be prevented not just from serious illness, but from getting this virus, this Omicron variant, and therefore giving it to others.
Victorian Premier Daniel Andrews is in quarantine for 7 days after testing positive to COVID.
I'm fully vaccinated. It gives me some comfort.
Anthony Albanese has just tested positive for coronavirus.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. You got to believe that those people that are on that upper echelon are actually getting the fucking shot.
Oh, yeah.
Therefore, risk of transmission to others.
They're lying through their teeth.
Of course
They
they
probably got the saline shot, and so they got COVID.
Yeah. But what happened was because they got COVID, they were out of the news for a couple of weeks, and that was all during the Epstein trial. Mm-hmm. Or would that be
No,
the
the
Maxwell
the
trial?
gasoline,
Excuse me,
gasoline,
Maxwell trial.
gasoline.
They call her Ghislaine. I call her Ghislaine.
I just call her Gasoline
Yeah.
because
Yo.
she's a fucking dumpster fire.
Dude, that bitch was so... I've seen her in person multiple times back in 2002, 2003 in Palm Beach, Florida, and she was the most disgusting. She would lick her lips at the girls when they would, like that. Licking her lips at the girls that would walk by us. And I'd be like, what the fuck is your problem, bitch? Because these girls like 13, 14, they're my friend's little sisters. And she would look at me like I was being anti-Semitic for saying that. You know? For fucking calling her out, for fucking doing sexual motions and to underage girls. And Epstein's house is only 4 houses away, 5 houses away.
Right.
You know? People call me a conspiracy theorist for so long saying that. For fucking what? Almost 20 years? And then the whole thing busted out with fucking Jeffrey Epstein, and guess what? Everybody knew about it. Oh, I knew about that forever. No, you didn't.
Everybody.
No, you didn't,
Everybody.
motherfucker.
Everybody.
You never knew. You made fun of everybody who said that. Oh, you're saying there's a magical island out there where celebrities and politicians are fucking kids. You're crazy, man.
Fucking and killing.
You believe in aliens
That's
too?
why you don't hear from. That's why it was called the silent children. That got what's his nuts from what was that TV show? Anthony Bourdain got him fucking suicided. Oh, I'm not suicide. Suicide.
That was,
Chris
Anthony
Cornell
Bourdain
and
was related to Jeffrey
the
Epstein.
other guy and No, I don't believe that for
you
a
don't-
fucking minute.
You don't know that?
I don't believe that for a
Look it
fucking
up.
minute.
Yeah, they were cousins or buddies or.
Buddies. That's not related.
I'm
sir.
pretty sure related. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
I'm gonna go with bullshit.
I'll go 75%.
I'm gonna say bullshit.
I doubt it. You could even fucking.
What's his fucking name?
Jeffrey. Epstein. Nope. It was Jeff. Not the douchebag Jeffrey. I mean, he was a douchebag, but. Bourdain's chick was involved with Epstein.
Nope. Someone wanted to pretend
there
that
you
they
go.
were the
Was
same
Anthony
person.
Bourdain working on an expose?
Yes.
So was what's her name? The girl who just crashed the car. The actress.
Bet it was a conspiracy theory. Yeah,
course it
no,
was a
him and
conspiracy
Chris
theory.
Cornell and that guy from Lincoln Park.
Chester.
Yeah.
Robin Williams.
No, there was just 4 people working on this particular movie.
Oh no, that movie. Yeah, I'm talking about all the people who. What was it? It was
The Silent Children.
Yeah,
That's why you don't hear any victims speaking out, because they're dead.
Well, you know why they found so many diamonds in Jeffrey Epstein's safe? It's because you could turn ashes into diamonds.
Oh, they were industrial diamonds.
Yeah, they were buying diamonds from the kids that they killed. That was the whole point of it. The young models that they would disappear. The fucking because people think like, oh, these models come from fucking perfect homes. No, they come from broken homes. They're sex trafficked.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a reason it's very easy to influence them with money and good times, because they are desperate young children.
They've already been
most of the
compromised
time.
since they
If
were
they
fucking
haven't
4 years
been
old.
if they haven't been groomed, did I say the word groomed? If they haven't been groomed to be sold into slavery, then they are picked up off the street and willingly go, because they have no other choice most of the time. So, yeah. That's what it is, man. Holy shit, we're almost 2 hours deep.
Boop, boop. Dude.
This is a long live. We're high, we're live, and we're going wow. We're telling stories, we're talking truths, we're wrapping it in soliloquies. We're, not hiding nothing. My ignorance is right here on this plate for you to look at. And I still say that our overlords are cowards because they have to hide their faces.
Well, that's why they're pushing the anti-Semitic thing so fucking hard right now. Is because
supposedly they're the chosen.
Well, not only that,
Always
but they're being exposed for being the fucking child rapists of Hollywood.
Well, it's because
that's the problem.
I mean,
have to cling
if we believe all the hype and all the conspiracies, everything is owned by a Jew somehow. I mean, George Soros, Jewish. Rockefeller, Jewish. Fucking all these people, Jewish.
Mark Zuckerberg, Jewish.
Jewish.
And then he married the Chinese chick, and that was like a marriage of China and fucking, the Judaism fucking thing. Like when kingdoms marry other kingdoms. Like
Yeah.
when the king of Spain marries the queen of France or whatever.
Uh-oh, Mark Zuckerberg is now our royalty? Fuck that guy. I hope he dies in a fire soon.
Yeah. That shit's a trip, man.
These people are all bad. All right, well, I think we've talked enough. I think we can wrap this shit up, boss. That big alligator just coming at your boat.
That's a snake, dude.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, big old anaconda.
It ate something. Look at that belly.
Probably ate somebody out of the boat. That fat ass. It's
Nice.
Lizzo. That's Lizzo's spirit animal.
If you made it this far, go ahead and comment bullshit to anything you want to call bullshit on, and then put your links in there. Prove it. Prove it.
We tripled our viewers this time.
Did we?
Yeah.
Nice.
We got 3 people.
That's fantastic.
It's amazing.
So, yeah.
We would get more if we weren't white.
I'm not white.
We should put masks on. I identify
as a toilet. Please sit down on me. No, if you made it this far, thank you for watching the Radical Anti-Inactivists. I'm not going to ask you to like or subscribe or anything.
I
Fuck
will.
that stuff, man.
I will.
Be your own person. Make your own decisions.
Go invest in dumb phones.
Do your research.
Only.
Yeah,
Or
invest in
text and call only.
invest in palladium.
Yeah.
Don't buy Bitcoin.
Did you just tell people to go steal fucking?
The easiest way to invest is with a battery-powered saw.
Get them
you and a friend under a car.
Yeah.
Maybe another one looking out. Anyway, thank you for watching the Anti-Inactivists. We are fucking rocking. This has probably been deplatformed by now, but hey, keep on rocking. We'll see you next week, Ming.
Next Monday, we'll bring the juice.
The what?
Oh, I forgot I had shrooms.